You can leave it on that, or you can just click on that and it'll
perfect. So I don't actually public speak for a living. So I had the honor to speak at my cousin's funeral, and I started his tribute this exact same way. So I may look at my notes, I may shake a little bit, but I'm going to go through everything with you sort of about my journey here. So my entrepreneurial story starts similar to a lot of people. So when we're 12 years old, we babysit. When we're 15 years old, we get our first job. So I married my childhood sweetheart. So spoiler alert, that's not him. But I got married and I had my first son when I was 20, not in that order. You know, I had my second son when I was 22. So I started my career where I am now, and I'm still currently work full-time at my career job at 23 years old. So I work in a place where not a single day goes where I wake up and I think, oh, I have to go into work today. So what a lovely environment to work in. And I'm really, really fortunate. So I hit my mid-30s. I found myself separated from my husband, and I was 100% financially responsible for myself and my children. So that's when my entrepreneurial side kicked in. With my job that I work at, we've had the fortunate opportunity to travel around in the States and see some pretty incredible speakers. So I've seen Deepak Chopra, Jack Campbell, he's Chicken Soup for the Soul guy, Wayne Dyer, dozens and dozens of other people. So I've been so lucky to be surrounded by like-minded business people. So they have valuable life lessons, valuable business lessons. So I knew at that point in my life that I needed a second job. So if I wanted to do anything extra in my life, then I needed that extra job. So my real job pays for my bills, right? My mortgage, my bills, that's my real job, pays for that. And to feed my children. So I was literally that mom with the lawn chairs in her living room after me and my husband split up. So that was me back then. So I knew I needed that second income. So I met my current partner, Derek, who is up on the screen. So he's part of our life. We don't financially share our money. So my responsibility was still for myself and my children. So I did not want to be financially reliant on anybody in my life. So what I did at that point is I started my very first company. So I grew that company to a 6-figure company. My goal was to travel with my family, not stress about money, do things that I wanted to do. The only girly thing I do is do my nails, but I wanted to be able to do that. So my big goal was to put my son through university, though, so that he didn't come out on the other side of that with a ton of debt. So for my son, his university tuition was $80,000. So I always say to my friends, if you think you're putting enough money away for your children, or you want to help them in that way, you're not. Put away double, triple, quadruple what you think that you need, because school is a lot of money. So we did have some help. So I had some previous investments. My son is brilliant, so he's had some scholarship money. My son helped with his residential fees that last year. But 60,000 of my own dollars went to his school. So he graduated from Brock University. He graduated on the dean's list. He came out with his university and his college degree. So I'm super proud of him, but I'm also proud of me, right? So, I mean, it was me that was successful in being able to provide that for my children. So the minute I paid his last tuition payment, I knew I wanted to sell my first company. It had served its purpose. So I did that. It's still a thriving company today. So that's lovely to see. So what do you think happens to a girl who's used to working 2 full-time jobs? So I knew I needed to do something different. So that's when Matt's group and the business group came across my social media. So everything does happen the way it's supposed to. So that's when, at that point, it was that business in a box for a cleaning company. So it was offered by Matt, it was offered by your business group, and I was super intrigued. So I didn't want, I knew I didn't want to give up my day job, right? So that has to pay my mortgage, that has to pay my bills. But I knew that I wanted something different or something more. So my kids were growing up. So my kids this week will be 24 and 22. My other one will be 22. So that's like, they're grown up. They don't need me as much anymore, right? So, but I wanted my own money. I wanted to travel. I wanted to invest for my future. So I emailed Matt's team. I set up my call. I'm an amiable personality, but I have an analytical mind. So I had a ton of questions. So when I set up that call, I talked to Matt and his team. He answered those questions more than once. So what I did then, so I got all the information that I needed, and then I started doing my own prep work. So if I'm going to own my own company, I need to know every single corner of that. So what that looks like to run that company or a cleaning company. So I'm a customer service expert, but I do not have the knowledge or skill set or the tech side or the design side. So I know what I'm capable of, and I knew that I needed Matt's team for those aspects. So what did I do? So at that point, I had talked to Matt. I knew everything that was, what he could do for me. I went out into the public and I cleaned homes. So I knew that I was never going to be able to ask somebody to do something that I hadn't already done. So I knew I needed to be able to say, I clean as well, and mean that when I'm talking to a potential cleaner, when I'm talking to families that I work with. So once I was comfortable knowing a home and what that looked like to be a career individual in the cleaning industry, I reached back out to Matt and we started everything. So they're methodical in their methods, right? So we worked off a checklist: logo, name, check, right? So website, app design, check. So all the tech side that I can honestly say that I do not know a single thing about. So I'm a brilliant businesswoman, but I do not, my skills, I stay in my own lane. My skills are not that. So I needed Matt and your business group to do that for me. So they're the professionals that I wanted to hire. So they did the local analytics, competitor pricing. And remember, nobody in your community is your competitor. So I speak very highly of all the cleaning companies in our community. Matt and his team designed my hiring advertisement. I still use that to this day. So when I'm ready to hire, when we grow and I need to hire more cleaners, I still use all of Matt's information and your business group's information from day one. Matt and his team really do supply me with that business in a box. So they took care of, like I said, all the things that I don't know how to take care of. There's a huge time change between Matt and I, and it doesn't matter. So they're always there supporting me in my adventure. I bounce ideas off of him and them. So Matt replies personally to me. So I'm really fortunate to have them in my corner. So a few things that have helped me become successful. So becoming an expert in your field is super important, right? So clean a home, create policies and procedures, don't waver from them. Under promise, over deliver for the families that you work with. Have systems in place so that if Mary Smith has a clean every week and her cleaner is on holidays, somebody else steps into those shoes, she's going to get that exact same level of service as she did with the other cleaner, because we have policies and procedures in place and our homes get cleaned in that same way, in that same detailed way. Find your people. So for me, it was my local moms group. So I'll forever be thankful for them. They're my biggest supporters. I offered them, when I first posted, I offered them $20 off. Some people think, why would you do that? Those moms are still my clients. So was that $20 off going to break me? Absolutely no. So they refer me to everybody. They tag me in every social media post. So those are my people. That might not be your people. Yours might be your church. Yours might be a community that you belong to, but just find your people to help you grow your company. So become a customer service expert. So we want to make sure that our homeowners are happy. So believe them, listen to them. We want to make sure that they get the exact clean that they're looking for. So become that customer service expert. So don't misunderstand me. So I always say the inmates do not get to run the asylum. We do, our price is our price. No one gets to bully me. If someone is not happy, we believe them and we listen to them. But like I said, we want them to get that exact experience that they're looking for. When you hire, so I only hire career individuals, so they must bring their skill set to me. So I treat them well, pay them well, right? So they're literally out there doing the work. I've done the work too. I know how hard it is. You have to have that satisfaction in order to clean a home. You have to want to clean that home so well that you get that satisfaction when that homeowner is coming home to walk into that clean home. It is not an easy job, and it is not for the faint of heart. So you really want those cleaners that are those career individuals that are doing that for a living. So the other thing we talked about right in the interview process, I'm open, honest, and transparent about every single thing in my company with the cleaners as well as the families that we work for. So there is transparency right across the board. Everybody knows what we're doing, what we're there for, how we're cleaning, what the price is. There is no secrets. There is no anything. It's just about being open, honest, and transparent when it comes to that. So like Matt said, so I have run this company from literally everywhere in the world, poolside in Jamaica. I've been in Mexico. I've been in Alaska. I've been in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship. I've been in my home. I'm on my couch with my family. So you really can run this from anywhere, right? So that's the bonus, and that's what I needed, because I do work a full-time job, but I wanted that extra income, and I knew I didn't want to sit at a desk for another 40 hours, right? So that's why this works so well. And working with Matt and his team to do all of the things that I don't know how to do, what a phenomenal experience to have both of those things come together to create a successful company. So for me, so remember, I'm just a single mom who works full-time, right? So I live in a rural town. town, there's 35,000 people in my town. So the first 18 months of my business, I did $120,000 in business. So the first half of this year, we're already sitting at $105,000. We're projected to do more than double our 2022 income. So anything is possible. So I run this company alone. So using a company like Matt's to be your ally. So they are my biggest cheerleaders and they are my biggest supporters. So that's what I have to say about everything. So I think Matt's maybe going to come back over. I didn't flip any slides. There's some things, so my background, I don't know. Again, the tech side is not for me. So I'll let Matt come back over.
Excellent.